At the current point in time, it is becoming hard to think of what we can't do in Fortnite Battle Royale. Well, except for like the ability to fly or do calculus? I don't know. At the rate Fortnite is going, maybe you will be able to do that one day, but that's not important. What is important is that even with all that Fortnite has to offer, we're still lacking in some departments. For the most part, what we don't have isn't even in the gameplay, but a lot of outside factors and adjustable functions that will make the game overall more enjoyable. This can range from adding an extra setting to changing how the entire map is played. That is why in today's list, we are going to be going over the top 10 abilities we need in Fortnite. Most everything talked about in today's video is extremely opinionated, but that doesn't mean that it's anything that is going to take away from the experience of the game. So supporting what is said could actually go a long way, especially with how great of a developer Epic Games is, and how we have seen them in the past take fan ideas and put them into the game. With all that out of the way, let's get right into today's top 10. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and press that bell notification button below to stay up to date with all of our awesome gaming content. Number 10. At the number 10 spot today, we have an appreciated throwback of some of our older players out there. The ability to turn the old music back on. And now before you go and leave an angry comment, I know, technically you can get it from the Season 6 Battle Pass. But allow me to tell you why that doesn't count. And that is because the Battle Pass track sucks. Yep, it's that plain and simple. That thing is a waste of time. I only say this because number one, it's a remix, and I know that sounds kinda picky, but it really is annoying trying to bop to a song and it just isn't the same with a bunch of other sounds mixed in. Reason number two is that it's only one track. One of the best parts of the original music is that you would go to the game mode selection screen and listen to the chill music while the game loaded in, and then get to experience the faster and upbeat music when you got into the Battle Royale screen. The new music only has one of the tracks, and does not get the same experience across. I understand Epic Games not wanting to look back, but if they can bring back all the cool, rare Halloween skins, then why can they not just bring back the original music? This isn't even something that would be forced upon all players. I mean, how hard would it be to just add a little bit of a selection in the settings for if you wanted the old or new music? This matter would be way higher on the list, but newer players could care less, and I'm not too sure how the responses would be if old Fortnite music made it to the number one spot on this list. At least in my heart, it will always be number one. Number 9. You know, from number 10, you probably thought I was done talking about nostalgia and wanting how things were, but nope, not done yet, because at number 9, we have the ability to play on the original Fortnite map. Yep, that's the original map. That means no tilted towers, dusty divot, paradise palms, all of that stuff is gone, and we are just left with what the map was originally. I think this would be a really cool ability to have in the game, maybe even if it's just available in playgrounds. It'll be something. It has come to the point where a lot of locations feel like they are original, like tilted towers, just because they've been in the game so long. But no, I want to be able to play on the barren lands that achieve the very first of victory royales. This is just something that would appeal to old players and new, as the old get to experience nostalgia in playing on what got them started, and new players get to play and experience what this game used to be like, creating a very interesting experience for both. If we are being honest here, this would not even have to be an ability. I could be appeased with a limited time mode or something. I just need some way to play on that old map. Number 8. At the number 8 spot, the next new ability is one of the few gameplay abilities. And this is going to be the Attachable and Detachable Scopes. Now these would be scopes that can be found like items, and can be attached to any gun, only taking up a weapon spot until you place it on something. Now you may be already wondering, don't we already have scoped ARs? And while yes, we do now, the addition of these would warrant the removal of scoped ARs. They really aren't that good, and it is way more useful to just add a scope to your normal AR or even SCAR. Scoped ARs right now are kind of just a waste of space in the weapon pool, and these new attachments would solve that problem completely. Also, due to the fact that they are detachable, if you happen to equip it to a gun and then find a better one, you can just take it off and add it to the better one with no problems. Very similar to Blackout, Call of Duty Blackout. You can mix and match things a lot. Number 7. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we have optional team killing. This would be if you happen to squad up with some friends. The host has the option to enable or disable friendly fire. When friendly fire was still in Fortnite, I remember it actually being a really fun aspect. And although some players find it annoying, it was always fun to mess around with your friends or just add a sense of realism. Either way, it is optional, so it isn't like this would be coming back for good, so don't get too worked up about it just quite yet. Number 6. Axing into the number 6 spot, we have the ability to choose your own default skin. Now let me ask, how many times have you been rocking that default skin, and you load in and realize that you are the worst of the bunch? I know for me, this has happened far too many times, and it is time we put an end to it, with default skin selections. If you have no skins, this is helpful because it adds a bit more selection and you can feel unique in the skin that you chose to rock. It also helps beef up everyone's inventory a little bit, as each is treated as its own skin. Although this may sound stupid and superstitious, but I can most definitely confirm that some skins are luckier and I win more games with. So why leave it up to luck to get the same default skin you just won with when you can go and pick it yourself? The only reason I would say that this is not already in the game is because Epic wants to encourage you to spend money on a skin, which is understandable from a business standpoint. Number 5. Playgrounds mode has been out for quite a while, and it seems as though with every update it progressively becomes more of a sandbox for players to do what they want in. But there is still noticeable limitations. One of these limitations is material collection, as a lot of people go into playgrounds to mess around and create their own structures. And although collecting materials is extremely fast, it can be annoying when you are building something and run out. So you have to go find a resource to collect more. So at the midway point in today's list, we have the ability to turn on unlimited materials in playgrounds. This will again be a setting that can be turned on or off. So if you just wanted to go in and kill your friends, all the power to you. But this setting will allow limitless creative expression, which is cool, and we'd have more videos to talk about on these lists. Number 4. As we draw into the cooler ideas that would really interest the player base, at number 4 on this list, we have the ability to use vaulted weapons in playgrounds. So obviously, all vaulted weapons are put in there for a reason. So it isn't like I'm asking for them to be tossed back into the actual game, but rather they should be put into playgrounds where they won't have any effect on the meta or anything else. Only used for fun and good times. I really failed to see the harm in at least trying this. Only problem I would foresee is that it may be a lot for one patch, or kind of buggy with all of them in at once. But hey, Epic Games is a billion-dollar company. I think that is doable. They have the resources, I'm sure. Number 3. While we're still hanging out on the Playgrounds game mode, it also happens to be a part of number 3 on this list, which is that we should be able to save playground maps. In the playground that we have, you have about an hour to go and do whatever you want. But the annoying part is that none of your progress or structures are saved, so all of your hard work is gone once the game is up. That is why Epic needs to introduce a map save, so if you aren't finished working on something, or maybe it was just a really impressive build, you always have the ability to revisit it. This would be just a nice little touch for them to add in that really shows dedication and appreciation towards the players and fanbase. Number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have an ability that seems to have been asked for since the beginning of humanity: skin customization. Now, we do already have a bit of limited customization in skins, with color variations and whatnot, but we want actual customization, like with different colors, shapes, or designs that could be added to skins to really make them feel unique to the player. Adding the ability to fully customize skins would create a game where it seems as though every player is unique with what they put on themselves, and can really get the best out of the skin that they paid hard-earned money for. I mean, players do own the skins they buy, so why not let them do what they wish with them? Huh? Number 1. Finally coming in at the number 1 spot on today's list, we have some new abilities for the Battle Bus. The first is that we should be able to control or steer the Battle Bus in playgrounds, as it's a mode about freedom and creativity. So we should be able to control where we get to drop. The next ability is that while waiting to drop, we should be able to look inside of the battle bus and see what's happening. Since we obviously cannot look at 100 players at once, it can maybe show you, your squad, and then maybe some random players or ones with the highest stats in your lobby. Either way, on the inside you could emote or do whatever and still clicking the same button when you are ready to drop. These are just some battle bus abilities we feel would add some extra spice into the game? Eh? Well, that was our list of the top 10 abilities we want in Fortnite. Have you seen any of these abilities before? Are there any other abilities you think we should have had on this list? Leave a comment below to let us know. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and press the bell button below to be notified of all of our awesome gaming videos in the future. Bye-bye, guys!